Hello, my friends. This is your Happy Stamper Lady, Rachel Merkin, helping the creative you shine through. Welcome to June. So we are getting ready to start what is called June Jubilee. It's going to be a little bit different, a little bit more activity, more exciting things happening, which I'm super excited to share with you. So let's go to the split screen so we can take a look at what we've got going on. So we have the catalog, which is Happy, and our Happy box, which we'll be getting into here in a moment. With the catalog, this is all I can share with you currently. This is a great time. If you want to be a demonstrator, this is the time to do it. $99, free shipping. That gets you like $125 worth of product. You always get a 20% off discount. You get to order early with a lot of things, and you get to be on the Happy Stamper Lady team. Who doesn't love that? Who doesn't want that? So with this, inspire, create, and share. This is what my life goal is, to be able to inspire other people to find creative ways to share to make the world a better place. That's what I want to do. In this time of upheaval, sorry, and so many frightening things going on, that is what I want to do. I want to make the world a better place. So before we get into the magic box, are you super excited? I am super excited. Let's go look at my Facebook page real quick. Okay, on the Facebook page, this is real important. I want you to go like my Facebook page, because this is where the games are going to happen. This is where I post the pictures after the video, so you get to see all the things that are going on. And for the month of June, there are going to be more videos, extra things going on. So you definitely want to go like my page and get ready for some super fun activities going on. This is my demonstrator page, and this page you can go to anytime and order at any time, and I will gladly help you order. Your Happy Stamper Lady. I'll gladly help you do that. So before we get started on our Happy Box for today, I do want to tell you that June Jubilee, this is all new product, okay? Next week on the 3rd, which is Wednesday, the catalog goes live, and we can all order from the catalog all the great things. So you say, Rachel, how do I get a catalog? Well, if you order $50 from me anytime this year, I will get you a catalog, okay? I also have stamp clubs. I have a So Now What stamp club video that you can look into, or message me, like my Facebook page, and message me there. And I will gladly answer any questions to get you started to do some fun things for yourself. Or if you just want to have a party, great time to have a party. June, you get $25 extra if you have a $250 party. That's on top of your other rewards. So on top of your other rewards, by the time you have a $250, let's say you have a $300 party, you will get like $60 some in free product. I'm sorry, what? Did you say free Stampin' product? I didn't. Okay, so let's go to, this is the first of probably 3 or 4 videos for this week that you're going to want to watch, all new product. So forgive my voice. I am still dealing with the allergies. So this week, let me tell you, not pleasant. Not only was the weather like really high, like super humid, a lot of pollen, that kind of stuff, my air conditioning went out. I know, super, super spoiled. First world problems. I'm super aware that I'm super spoiled. However, I can't breathe, like for real. Like my asthma has been hideous this week. My eyes were swollen shut again at the beginning of the week. Ridiculous. I post a couple pictures on Facebook if you catch those. Like seriously, I look like that guy with that swollen eyeballs. So I'm doing better. Thank you for those who keep checking on me, but I'm struggling. I just like, this has been a really rough time with the allergies. Seriously, like ridiculous. Okay, so are you super ready? This is going to be so fun. We're going to have so much fun. So I'm pulling out all of the things from the box to kind of get you ready to go. Empty box. Let's talk about what was in the box. Are you ready? Okay, this stamp set is so beautiful. I really fell in love with this set. Even when I saw it in the catalog, I was like, oh my gosh, there's going to be so many things that we can do with this set. It's called Tasteful Touches, and that is the only stamp set we're going to use today. Is that crazy? So we're using just this stamp set today. There is paper that goes with the Tasteful Touches. And if you go to my So Now What, the brand new catalog, I show off the paper like in detail, like all the pieces, all the things. You definitely want to go check that out to see all the great things that are happening. So I'm going to show you something new. I do my DSP, my paper like this, my 12 by 12 paper. I cut it Love It, Chop It style. That is a Kylie Bertucci style that she came up with, and I do love it. And I have a So Now What video called Love It, Chop It. You definitely want to check that out. And for the most part, I cut my paper as soon as I get it. However, I saw a video by Patty Bennett, is her name, and she did the fold that we're going to do today, and you actually have to have full paper. Okay, so I saved a few pieces back to show you this really fun fold that I think you're going to like, okay? So let's get into how to make this card. So what we're going to do is get our card base, okay? Now, I used Early Espresso. That's one of the colors that's in this In Good Taste paper. Also, I used Gray Granite, and I did just use some basic black as my card base. And you'll get to see all the different cards I made. But so for our card base, one sheet of cardstock will actually get you 4 card bases, which is super cool. That's super fun. So we're going to use the Early Espresso, okay, and we're going to cut our paper at 4 1/4. All right, and then we're going to turn it, okay, turn it sideways, and we're going to cut it at 5 1/2. And that actually gives us 4 card bases, which is super, super cool. So you can make 4 cards just out of that. So there you go. Look, you got your 4 card bases, all right? Then we're going to take a piece of the DSP. Now, again, I always tell you find your own voice. You obviously don't have the material I have just yet, so get some DSP, get a fun set of stamps. It does need to have words and images, or 2 sets of stamps with images and words, but that's important that you have a little bit of both for this one, okay? So for the DSP, oh, is that not the prettiest paper? Okay, we're going to cut just a little bit off. This is 12 by 12, so we're going to cut 11 3/4, just a touch off. Okay, we're going to cut that first. And you know what I'm going to tell you, I'm not getting rid of that strip. That's going to go to the side. Why? Because I use all the things. Then we're going to turn it, and we're going to cut it at 5 1/4. Okay, we're going to cut it at 5 1/4. So we have a piece that looks like this. Okay, and then we're going to cut it up 5 1/4 because you're going to get 2 cards out of 1 piece of DSP. And then, of course, I'm going to have this strip left over. I actually cut that in half at 6 inches just so it's usable for me, and I put it in a little pile. And I do the same thing with the teeny tiny strip because I will use all the things. You know that is true. I will use all the things. Okay, so we've done our card base up on the notebook, and we've done our DSP. We've cut it. Now we're going to score it, and I tell you the scores up there, okay? So you're going to score it at 7 3/4, 4 3/4, and 1 3/4. Okay? Perfect. Okay, and you do that with both of your papers, but I'm not going to do that because I already have a whole bunch done, so I can do that later. So then the scoring, you will flip it. Now, this is preferential for you because you can do it both ways. Okay, I like the little bit of wood and the more what do I want to call it? The other piece I like showing a little bit better. So that's how I'm going to do it. But you could easily fold it the other way like this and have it all wood and just a little bit of that. That is actually just total preference for you. But so what you're going to do is you're going to fold it like this. Okay, so I fold it up. Then I fold it back on itself and then fold it up. So you got like this accordion, kind of do like an accordion fold on there. I like these two showing, so that's what I'm going to do. And we're going to go ahead and attach it to our card base because then I can show you why it's 3 different cards in one fold. How cool is that? So I take my glue. You, of course, can use your tape runner as well. That's a preference as well, however you want to do that. And I'm just doing a little bit of glue on the back. And then on this piece here, I'm just like, sorry, I'm looking down for just a minute. I just am making it even all the way across. So you kind of have like an edge all the way across. There's no right or wrong for that. Maybe that makes it better. Yeah, I didn't realize I didn't have a paper underneath there. Sorry about that, if that made it hard to see. Okay, so this is Patty Bennett's idea with this DSP. So you have a piece that literally goes like this. You have like this accordion piece that you got on your base. Now, I like to glue this piece down. Sometimes Patty left that piece open. That wasn't a favorite for me. So on all of mine, I glued this piece, this back flap. I just folded it down on itself like that. It's a good idea to have your bone folder. This is a great time to have your bone folder. And then here's what you have. Okay, you have the front flap, this flap, and this flap. Okay, look how cute that is. Now, are you ready for me to show you the different ways we can make this card? We're going to have 3 different ways we make this card. The first one I called the pocket card. Okay, so what does it mean for it to be a pocket card? Are you ready? These are so cool. What? So you have a top pocket and you have a bottom pocket. And look, you have both sides of the paper. Is that so beautiful? I love it so much. Okay, so let's talk about how we can take that one fold, so the card base, the DSP. Let's talk about how we make it a pocket first, okay? So for a pocket, you're going to have it facing this way. So you're going to have the flaps that open. You're going to have it facing this way. And all I do is I take my glue and I just run a little line on this side. And I run a little line on this side. And I press down. Okay, and that's gonna have time to set before we add anything, before we do anything like that. And then this, the same thing. I'm gonna take this, and I'm gonna take this, and I'm gonna fold it down like that. And then you have formed 2 pockets, but you gotta let it set for a minute before you try to lift them up. So that's your pocket card. Okay, we're gonna get to decorating, but right now I'm gonna help you to make your cards and get the pieces ready for each card, and then we're gonna go back and decorate them. Okay, so for the pocket card, you have 2 pieces. You have 2 little pieces that go inside your pocket. Does that make sense? You got little places to write and stamp on. So this piece here is 4 1/4 by 3 1/2. So you have a piece for your pocket there. And then you have another little piece is 2.5 by 3.5, and you have a pocket piece there. Okay, so then you have your paper and you have your pocket piece. Are you loving it? Okay, so let's do some decorating with that. So we're going to put that in there. And then on all of the cards, I show you that you can have an optional piece of 5x4 if you want to have more writing room that'll fit on the back of any of the cards that you make. Okay? Now, I love the look of this, okay, compared to this, where I did this like vintage look on it. I just loved it. I thought that was really pretty. So let me show you what I mean. So this piece, I have a whole bunch of them already made over here, so I can show you all the fun stuff that I did. Okay, so this piece here is this. Is that not so beautiful with like how it's all distressed, like on the edges? Okay, like that. And then look at this piece. I love it so much. Isn't that beautiful? And I actually cut around the flower on that one. Okay, so for the distressing, that is the only thing I will tell you that I use that is not Stampin' Up. I am a huge Stampin' Up everything. I love it. But this distressing tool I actually found on Amazon. This little guy. I have used the daubers, but I rip them up pretty bad when I'm distressing so much. So this little tool with these like little removable spongy pieces, I think it was like $5 on Amazon. So if you're someone who likes to do distressing, I'm just going to recommend that because it makes it really nice. And we don't currently have a distressing tool. Otherwise, I would say get it from Stampin' Up, but we don't currently have one, unfortunately. So the colors that I'm going to use, so I use different colors for the different papers. So I either have the blue paper or I have the one that has like the Rococo Rose in it. So for this paper, I use Early Espresso and Gray Granite, always. I'm using that the whole time. And then I'm going to use Rococo Rose, which is in the paper. But then I'm going to add this Mary Merlot, which is not in the paper, but I really thought it was really quite beautiful. So I loved that, so I'm going to use that. So we're going to start by distressing this. I don't know if you've ever distressed before. I don't know if you've ever done that before, so I thought this would be something fun to show you, because this Simply Fantastic is stamping some paper. Well, this is still stamping and paper. How exciting is that? That's all we're using. So you take your tool and you literally just rub the brown. I'm using the Early Espresso to do the distressing part. I liked how that looked. So I'm just kind of going along. Do you see how I'm like rubbing, and then see how it starts to just like darken up that whole area? I love it. I love to do a distressed look. Nikki's really good with it. My friend Nikki Smith, she does it. She likes the black. That's her favorite, to like go with the black. But if I do distressing, I tend to go with the browns. I'm not sure why. I kind of think I like that vintage look with the browns. I kind of think that's really fun. But already you see the difference of the distressing that you've done. There's no right or wrong. I mean, it's just kind of whatever you want to do. But that gives you the idea of how you're distressing that, and it's giving you a whole different look than just the plain paper. So then we're going to lay that to the side. We're going to let that dry for a minute. We're going to go on to our paper. Now, I did fronts and backs on all of this because I liked having the design, but then I liked how you would have a spot to write on later. So I liked both of them. I thought that was nice. We're going to get our Stamparatus, of course. We don't need the black foamy piece today because this stamp set is a cling stamp set, so we won't need that at all. All right, So we're going to do this now. I will use that for the words. Move my magnets over here a little bit. Okay, so let's see. For the words on this, I liked that you are special. I thought that was really pretty. And I really think in this time just so much uproar, not even just with the worry about the sickness, but the so much anger and hatred going on. It's really terrifying. I really hate all of it, and I feel like, how do we have a voice in the midst of this that doesn't turn equally hateful and gross? How do we reach out to people? Well, I think this is the perfect time that you send people cards and you tell them that you love them, and you find ways to share with people that they're special and that they matter, because all lives matter. They do. Black lives definitely matter in this time of hideous stuff that is going on. I don't even understand it, to be perfectly honest. We just were not raised that way, to be hateful toward people. And so I just have really been praying about, sometimes, like, does what I do matter? Is it like shallow what I do? Or am I even making a difference in what I do? And I got to thinking, yeah, you're sharing with people, you're being loving, you're trying to make the world a better place in the area that you're in, and reaching out to people. And that's all we can do. That's all that we can do, is to love people and try to help other people love people. Really, I mean, that's the thought of it, right? Is to try to do that. So that's where I'm at. So that's what I try to do for you guys, is to, be encouraging and inspiring so that you can do the same thing. Okay, so I did words, as you see, on both, and that, of course, I used my Stamparatus because I just love how it just lays it exactly where I want it to be. But then I still use the base of my Stamparatus, and I'm going to come back. I'm going to move my magnets because now we're going to kind of go all over the paper. Now we're just going to play with these beautiful stamps. So I love that flower. Oh, I think that flower is so pretty. So we're going to do that flower. And we're going to come in here with the Rococo Rose. Look how it's just like a shadow. Like, even over those words, you totally could do that, and it's so beautiful like that. Isn't that so beautiful? And again, this is just all play. There's no right or wrong when you're doing your stamping. It's really just like how the stamps move you, and if you like how that feels. I actually love that. And I think for the You Are Special, I want that flower, yes, to be right there in the front and center like that. Yes, right? We love that. Now, the other thing that I did is I went back and I used this gray, which I know it seems weird, but the gray just really gave it a really beautiful look as well. Just something, no, just a little extra special. I just thought it was just really pretty. Look at that gray on there. Isn't that so beautiful? So, so pretty. So this is where... Now, on this one, I'm not going to do as much because I want to leave some space if you want to write on the You Are Special one. And, of course, on the Just Hello, just saying hello, I'm going to leave space on the back side for you to write on that one, too. Oh, my gosh. Is that not so beautiful with that? And there's just something like, yeah, like vintagey. Like, it's got like a really, like a cool vintage feeling to me, I think. Okay, so we're done. No, we're not. I just thought a minute. Did I do gray on the back of that one? Okay. Not that you'd have to, but I just love it. I think it pulls out the color really pretty. Okay, so we're done with the flower. Then I want to come in with this beautiful leaf. Oh my gosh, I think that leaf is so pretty. I'm going to do the leaf in the Mary Merlot, and I'm just doing a touch of the leaf. I don't feel like you have to have a ton of the leaf. Look how I'm just like doing a little bit, and already, isn't that beautiful? And so this idea of what I'm creating here is the same thing when I tell you that you can create your own DSP. So if you've heard me talk about how, you know, you can create your own DSP, you can create your own look. This is exactly what I'm talking about. And this particular stamp set is, in my opinion, is spectacular for that. One, because it has neutral images that I think you can use in any manner. You can flip the flower any direction. You can flip the leaf. You can do that kind of stuff. So it doesn't feel like it's directional necessarily. I think that feels nice about it. And the other thing that I love about it, which I've talked about before, is that it has words. I think when you have a set that has words and images, that is your most versatile, and that is my favorite kind. I really, really like that. Now I'm going to come and take this, I don't even know what you call that, like, I don't really know what you'd call that. Just those little extra leafy pieces on there. And I'm coming in with the early espresso. And look at that. You have created this really spectacular looking piece. It's like a little piece of artwork. I love it. Is that not beautiful? Oh my gosh, I think that's so pretty. And again, I'm only going to do a tiny bit here because I want to leave room for writing. If I decide to write, look, you've got plenty of space to write on that side, but you have this beautiful decoration on this side. So we're going to do the same thing here. I'm going to come in and give it just a little something with little extra leaves. Isn't that so pretty? Oh my gosh, so beautiful. Drapey, like that drapey effect, which you know I like that drapey effect. Love that drapey effect. I love it that Julian loves the drapey effect, which he told me. Oh, look at that, how you got that little like drapey there. And we'll just give it one more little piece there. Okay, and I feel, again, this is just all like how you like it. I feel that I am done. Except for, I'm going to come back in and I'm going to distress my paper now as well. So I'm going to come in and I'm just going to do the exact same thing with all of my edges. And I want you to see the difference before I'm done. So on this side I distressed, and then look over here I did not distress, and look at the difference. It just adds this like old world vintage kind of feel, which I adore. I think that is super, super fun, and I love that. So you've got this gorgeous distressy going on, and we're going to do it on the back side too, because you see the back side, because right, you're taking these out of the pocket. So if you're pulling these out of the pocket, you're going to be able to see both sides. You're going to write on them and do all kinds of fun goodies with that. So we're going to do that. Are you guys loving these? I'm super, super excited. It's been a little difficult for me because of my dang allergies and swollen eyeballs that I like get so excited. I'm like, oh, I want to do this. And then my energy lasts like a nanosecond. And then I'm like, I have the energy to try to breathe today. So that's been a little bit rough, but today the weather is cooler. Thank you, Lord, for certain. And we got our air fixed today. So had I had the energy to do a happy dance, I would totally be doing a happy dance for that. Okay, so you see now that I have distressed. Oh, is that so beautiful? It's distressed the sides. So now we're going to bring our pocket back out. And now you're going to see how that works. So you're going to stick that down in your pocket like that. And you're going to stick that down in your other pocket like so. Are you loving it? I think that's beautiful. Now, here's where, super fun, we can use this piece. We're going to go we could go a little bit smaller with it. We'll cut it just a little bit smaller. this is fun. Or we can use, I forgot I had those. Just like that strip like that. Oh, I think I want to just use that strip because I think I'm going to do, I think I'm going to do a feather. I think I'd like doing like a little feather. Now, this stuff that I'm doing here obviously is all extra. So when I'm doing this, I don't mind fussy cutting. There are no die cuts for this stamp set. There are die cuts that come in the suite, but they don't do the images. They are these cute, like, they look like extra little punches. So when I do this, I don't mind cutting out the feather, or I don't mind cutting out the flower. If fussy cutting is not your thing, then don't do that. Don't worry about it, because it's a beautiful card as is. You know me, I just like to add all the little extras, and I want to use all my little extra paper because I love using all my extra paper. Okay, so I have like little extra sheets over here just because I knew I was going to want to do a couple different things. So we're going to clean off like the branch guy. We'll go back to the leaf and stamp the leaf. Like that was perfect. And here you go. You wouldn't even have to cut it out. So let me show you, like, if you don't want to be someone who has to do the fussy cutting, let's just cut it to as close as we can get it on the white paper. You wouldn't have to cut it like completely separate because it fits so nicely on that piece of paper. So just come back, cut that off. Like, look, you did that like a really cute piece. But if we come over here and we distress it, that makes all the difference, I think, when you're doing something like this and you really want that like old-fashioned antique look. That's the way to go. Look at that. Gorgeous. See, and then we didn't even have to fussy cut it. We just put it on a little block of paper and then we distressed it. Ta-da! Ready to go. Okay, so I need to show you. There are two more ways that you can use this exact same fold. Okay, so that's the pocket. So you see up there the pocket card. That's the pocket card. Okay, and so then you know that I'm going to show you different pockets. And I do all of that on my Facebook. So I definitely suggest that you go to the Facebook. Okay, so this is a 3-flap card. Are you ready? So that same fold that you did, you just leave it with the 3 flaps. Boom. Done with the 3 flaps. How simple is that? So what does that mean? So if you have a piece of the paper like this and we've already done our gluing, you have 3 flaps. That's all that means. And then all that you're doing for that, oh, I didn't glue that part down. My bad. I was like, why is that being all bunched up like that? So I glued that down like I showed you before. So I just have the 3 flaps. So I just have the 3 spaces. So if you're doing a 3-flap card, I show you that on the second flap, which is this flap here, okay, you have a piece of cardstock. Gotta find all my pieces here. You have a piece of cardstock that is 4.5 by 2 inches. Look how nicely that fits on there. 4.5 by 2 inches. Super, super nice. And then this piece of white cardstock that you're gonna cut, oh, I need to cut that a little bit more. 5 by 4. That needs to be cut just a little bit shorter. Oh, sorry, my nose. I'm going to cut that at 3 3/4 by 4 3/4. I felt like I wanted to show off a little bit more inside. So you could leave it at the 5 by 4. It fits perfectly, but I kind of wanted to show off a little bit more of like that blue carpet stuff in there. Okay, and then here's where I played. So let me show you a 3 flap and show you what I mean. So I took this and I stamped right on the piece. And then I took a piece like this. So this is where I take the remaining piece. Let's find the one that matches that carpet. So I took this piece and I put it in there and stamped on it. How great is that? So, you want to stamp that one? You want to play with that one? Okay, so on this one, this was super, super simple. Let's use a different word. Now, we're going to switch our colors out because obviously this is not Rococo Rose and Mary Merlot colors. Night of Navy is indeed in the DSP, Night of Navy, and then I chose Seaside Spray as my lighter blue because I just thought that was really, really pretty. So same concept, just I did the different colors. I will name the colors in the comments if you want to know exactly what colors I used. So for this one, this is the exact same thing. So I'm just playing with the stamp set. So there's no right or wrong. There's no, this is how it should look. I just started to play with the stamp set because I just absolutely fell in love with how everything looked. So I started with that Seaside Spray. Look at that beautiful soft blue, and I just thought that was so, so lovely. Now this is going to get stamped down, so I do want to leave some space for myself in this one so that I can put it on the thing. So there you go. So I'm going to do the blue like that, and while I have it out, you know me, I like to do all the stamping. Now this one I'm not going to have rating on. So this one I am going to go crazy with it. I'm just going to do all kinds of go all over with the shape. Now again, I'm going to come back and do that gray because I just think that gray flower, is that not stunning? I think that gray flower is so balancing on there. Isn't that beautiful? It's a beautiful piece. I love it. So I'm going to do the gray on here too. I'm going to kind of come in and do a little bit of a surround. Look how pretty that is. I think that's beautiful. And then, you know, we had decided that we liked that blue piece. So I'm going to cut it down because I know it's a little too long. Let's see, that's 5. The DSP is 5 1/4. So let's cut this up 5 inches. Cut that off because that's going to go inside. But look, we've got our flower. Let's do that gorgeous, gorgeous flower on there. Oh my gosh, I think that is just, is that not stunning? I love it. I love it. Okay, so we're done with the flower. Then what do we want? We certainly want the feather. We'll come in that with the Night of Navy. Oh my gosh. Isn't it beautiful? Like you start to do it and you're like, yes to all of that. This stamp set, I'll tell you what, I really, really, I think that it could be overlooked. I think that you could overlook the stamp set, but I really think it is just stunning. Okay, I like that. And I actually like that there. Isn't that pretty? I mean, this you're just wanting it to be the background anyway. You don't want it to stand, you don't want it to like stand out. You want it to kind of blend in. Oh, yes to all of that. Okay, so we have that going on. So we're going to, do we hit everything? Yes, we hit everything. So we're going to clean that off. Then, kind of need to think about our words. I think with this up and down, I've got it right here on the Stamparatus, so we're going to go ahead and use it because I always want to make sure I get my words done well. I like this "You Are the Best." Isn't that very pretty? I think that "You Are the Best" is really nice. Isn't that nice? I like that. So we'll do that. We'll do that in the Night of Navy as well. I kind of did all my wording in the darker of my two colors, like either Night of Navy or Mary Merlot on the other one. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, so if "You Are the Best" there, what do we want this one to say here? Because again, we want to leave a little bit of writing room in there. What about, what's the other saying? "You're the best." Oh, that's nice. "The good things in life are better with you." Well, that would be pretty, wouldn't it? Don't want to take up there. That would still leave you space at the top, but look, it's going to like kind of go over some of our pieces, which I like doing that too. I like kind of going over some of the extra pieces. Okay, so we're going to just clean up our "You Are the Best" so that we can come down here and pick up. Remember, the plate does the work for you. Let's pick up this other saying. I like it. "The good things in life are better with you," right? Brilliant. Look at it in the flowers. Oh, you guys, you know how much I love stamping. This makes me so happy. Okay, so I feel like we have done this. I don't know that I want the branches on this one. And see, there's the beauty of that too. Not everything has to be the same. You don't have to use everything when you're doing it. But it allows you to create all this beautiful paper, all this beautiful DSP on top of it. I love it. I love it. And I love doing the distress. Isn't that beautiful? Now look at the difference. They're both beautiful. So again, you don't have to do the distressing. If that's not for you, some people don't love to do the distressing. Don't do the distressing. You can keep it the way that I did with stamping it that way. And it's gorgeous. And it goes so pretty with the matching DSP. Or you can add extra steps. But again, look at all that we're using. Just stamps, ink, and paper today. And you're creating this gorgeous, gorgeous piece. Look at that. Oh, I love it. So, of course, we're going to come back. We're going to distress this little guy because he's going to go in our card as well. Okay, so we'll do that. Then we can decide what we want to do on the front. So, a lot of the times on the front, I kind of just either went with a feather, or I went with the rose. And I did fussy cut out the rose, which I didn't mind. I don't know that that's a rose. I'm sorry. I just called that a rose. And you know how I am with flowers. No, I don't even know what they are. The beautiful flower that is in this set. I don't know what kind of flower it is, but it is quite lovely. I either went with the flower or I went with the feather because I just thought those are really pretty. Now look at that on there. Like look at how that just really looks so beautiful. And then I'm going to distress some more. So even though this is darker, it still takes on this really cool edge to it when you distress the paper like that. And then I do this, and this is super quick and easy. I just bend it down on itself to distress the edge like that, and then you just kind of reinforce it, and then you do the same thing to the other side. This just gives it. Now you will tell that, like, I'll show you some of the others. You tell it in some of the other paper, maybe a little bit more, like you can tell in the coloring, but it still adds something to add that distress to it. I think it just does a great job. Then, while we've got it open to here, we're going to put that in, and look how that adds something to it. And you're using the paper, that it came with, but we use the other sides for the inside here. I love the look of that, and you have actually stamped right on the DSP which is fun too. I don't know if a lot of you have done that before, where DSP, you're like, well, there's already design on that paper. Yes, there is, but look at how that pulled that out, and it's just lovely. I just think it's so pretty. Okay, then we're on to this piece, okay, and we have already created it, so we're going to do our distressing again. We're going to go back and we're going to do our distressing here, same way, and same thing. I'm going to kind of fold down on itself. I'm going to come across the front here. I love it. Okay, then we're going to add this beautiful piece. Oh my gosh, is that not so lovely? I love it. We're going to add that piece in there. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Okay, and then we're going to kind of do the same thing that we did before, but we're going to find a small piece, just like that. Look how pretty that's going to look in there. And of course, we're going to distress it because we've distressed everything else, so it doesn't make sense not to. The easiest way to distress this is to put it down. This is such a small little piece of paper that I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put it in the fold just like that. I'm going to go ahead and put it down in the piece. Then I'm going to take the distresser and I'm just going to lightly go over it. See how I did that? And it gave it that little bit of a distress. Now, we're going to go back and we're going to take another one of our little pieces of paper that we have. We're going to come back and we're going to get that feather because I love that feather. I think that feather is super cool. We're going to do the feather like that. This time we are going to fussy cut the feather because I like it. And it's not that difficult because it's not like I get super, you know, you don't have to get super, super close to fussy cut the feather. Like, you just kind of go around the basic of it. Like, I'm not going in and out of the feather pieces. I'm just going on the outside. Why? Because you're going to do that distressing again anyway. So it looks super cool when it's done. So I just think that makes it, I don't know, I just think that makes it really nice. And then look, you've done the feather and you're going to come back and then you're going to give it the same distresser treatment. Distresser treatment. I don't know if that's the real name for it. I just made that up. Okay, and so then look what you're doing, and you're going to come inside. Yes, doesn't that add? I think that's gorgeous. I love it. We're going to add that just like that. And remember, again, this is simply fantastic. We've just used stamps, ink, and paper. One stamp set is doing all of this. Okay, and then what are we going to do? Distress some more. Because we definitely want that front to be distressed. Got to get that going on in there. Got to get that all looking nice so that it matches the rest of the card. So we're going to lift this up so we do our flap. We got to get that flap there. I love it. Okay, and it needs something on the front. So I think I'm going to try to do the rose on the paper because it's so pretty. But instead of doing the lighter color, we're actually going to do the rose, or I keep calling it a rose. I don't know what it is. I don't think it's a rose. We're going to do this beautiful flower in the night of navy on there, which I think is gorgeous. We'll do a little one over here like that. And then why don't we come and do the gray as well? Come back in with that gray. Yes to the gray. Yes to the gray. Oh my goodness. Is that not beautiful? We'll give it just a little extra on the distress. Ta-da! Okay. So we've done the pocket and the 3 flaps. So the only difference is, and I'm going to show you, in order to make it a 2 flap, you simply do this. You simply, so this is a 3 flap. you're simply going to glue this down. The end. And now it's just a 2 flap. Okay? Now, you watched me decorate a whole bunch of them. So all I'm going to do is show you some of the different ones that I put together. Okay? So, let's go to a pocket. All right? Let's move this out of the way so you can kind of see clearly. Although I've kind of made a mess on my paper too. But you can see a little bit better with just the white paper. Okay, so here are some pockets. Are those so cute? I did different ones with different pockets and, you know, leaves, flowers cut out, different, you are special. Isn't that lovely? Some of them I cut out like this. Like I told you, I stamped the flower and then I cut around the flower. All of them are distressed, so I did the distressing to every single piece I did. So there's some pockets for you. And again, all of these will be on Facebook. Like I'll actually take pictures for you. Then, let's see. That's a 3 pocket. That's a 3 pocket. So, or a 3 flap. My bad. Now, look, see, I cut up the flower on that one and I put it on the front like that. And then I decorated. Now, see, this one I decorated. And when I say optional back, I left room for writing on the back because I actually created all the paper and just did a saying on there. Isn't that really pretty? So that's a 3 flap, and then you have a 3 flap in the Rococo Rose and the Mary Merlot. Oh, I did the same thing. They're just saying hello, so then the back flap is ready for me to write on. So that's what I mean when I say optional back flap. Then let's look at what it means to have a 2 fold. Are you ready? Look how pretty these are. So then I just did what I showed you, and I glued the flap down. So you have a flap here and you have a flap here. It's really gorgeous. Look at these cards. Are they not just so beautiful? Same thing here. So pretty. And then I did the optional on the back that you could write on that back. Are you loving it? I love this stamp set. So beautiful. Let's look at the stamp set one more time so you see the whole thing. It is called Tasteful Touches, and the paper that we use today is In Good Taste. And they actually come together in a suite in the catalog. I just have the 2 pieces. I just got the stamp set and I got the DSP. But I am loving it. I think this is a gorgeous set that's going to be super, super versatile. I think you're going to love it too. Okay, let's go to the front screen. Hello, my friends. So thank you for joining me today. Thank you for those on YouTube. Sorry, my brain. Thank you for, I hope you subscribe. Thank you for watching. I hope you subscribe and go to my Facebook page like I talked about. This week, we are going to have some contests for a free stamp set with some matching cards with the stamp set. So you're going to want to watch all the videos. You're going to want to share the videos. You definitely get points for sharing all my videos. And we're just going to have a super fun time as we kick off June Jubilee. So this is the first Simply Fantastic video in a set of at least 3, perhaps 4 videos that I'm going to do for you for Simply Fantastic to show off so many new products. I'm super, super excited. So I hope you stay tuned and I hope you join me for the rest of the Simply Fantastic videos. And in this time of turmoil, please be a voice of kindness. Please be a voice of love that makes a difference in the world around us, that we can stop the hate by doing something productive and doing something kind. So what am I going to tell you? Go and make the world a better place, my friends. And until I see you again, I bid you adieu.